This is your 2019 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sahara. I'm not going to spend too much time on the outside because I did that on the Rubicon review, and I think most people know what a Jeep looks like. So again, won't spend too much time there. The big story here is a new 2-liter turbo 4, as well as a sky roof. Just a couple of notes up front. This does have the upgraded LED package, so LED turn signals and day runners and regular lights and your fog lights down there. There's a quick look at the front in Mojito green. Fun fact, I don't know if it's verified or not, but I saw it on the internet and thought it was kind of cool. The reason Jeep has 7 slots is when they had 9, or sorry, when they went from 9 down to 7, it's because they had the first vehicle to be on all 7 continents. So if it's true, great. If not, makes for a cool story. There's a side profile of the 4-door Unlimited, and let's just keep running around to the rear. There's another LED light for the license plate right there, nice touch. And you got your turn signals, which again are LED. I know you've seen a lot of this before. Just gonna open it up and kind of cool. Just nice and simple, more of the slots. If you're ever not sure of how much water you can afford, well, there's your answer. 30 inches at 5 miles an hour, developed in Auburn, built in Toledo. That's what your trunk looks like. I've got my tripod and my tripod case. One of the seats are down, folds mostly flat. And just here's a quick look at that sky roof. Basically, it's a sunroof, so you don't have to take the top off. But you can still take rear quarter panels off there and there if you really want more open air. And in typical Jeep fashion, the doors come off as well. So, and the windshield folds down. So you can really get the best of everything without having to struggle with the hard top. Anyways, that's gonna wrap up the outside because, again, I've done a bunch of Jeeps and you're not here for the exterior walk around because you know what it is. It's the 2-liter turbo 4 and the sky roof. And with that, we'll be right back. Just before we go for a drive, I'm gonna show you the rear portion of the inside of the Wrangler Sahara, specifically the sky roof and just how far back it goes. And you nearly get the full opening. There's the rear seat, and if you look straight up, it's not quite a straight line, but it's pretty close. And I would pick this over having to struggle with putting on and off the hard top and finding somewhere to store it. It's a one-touch button. It's about 30 seconds to go all the way from closed to open, and you can do it up to 95 kilometers an hour, so that's a definite plus. Let's take a quick look in the front of the Wrangler Unlimited Sahara. Again, standard Jeep stuff. As last year, the JL trim much more refined as opposed to the previous JK. Nothing was really wrong with the JK, but Jeep just did a great job of making it even better. Let's just start it up. I'll have you look at the upgraded 8.4-inch screen, which, there we go. Get the volume down so we don't get hit with copyrights or anything. And, again, ooh, there's my foot. Get that out of the way. Just standard stuff. There's your 4-wheel drive control. There's your gear shifter and your windows and your USB for medias and all that kind of stuff, and your steering wheel and your gauge controls. And again, this is all stuff I've gone over before and stuff that you've probably seen. If not, I'm happy to show it to you like this for the cool look and the blurred background. And anyways, enough about that. So just to give you another look just from the inside of the car, that's how far back it goes. And it's a soft top, and it just kind of folds into itself. So really nicely done there, Jeep. I'll throw in a clip of the roof opening and closing for you. Anyways, let's get this thing out on the road and see what the Turbo 4 is like compared to the 3.6 V6, which has pretty much been in almost every other Jeep for the last several years. All right, be right back. Let's do the drive. 2019 Wrangler Sahara Unlimited. So as mentioned earlier, this has the 2-liter turbo 4, not the 3.6 V6. Power figures on this specific vehicle, 270 horse, 295 pound-feet of torque. In comparison with the V6, that has 285 horse, but only 260 pound-feet of torque. So the trade-off is you lose 15 horsepower, but you're gaining 35 pound-feet of torque here. And it's called a mild hybrid through the e-torque system. And basically what that is a 48-volt battery is attached to the vehicle, and that kind of gives you your extra push of torque. And according to the Jeep site, it adds an extra 90 pound-feet of supplemental torque when you're going from a dead stop to moving forward. And I've noticed it. I had the Rubicon for the first JL version last year, and it still functioned very well, but just I noticed with this specific Turbo 4 that it just moves. It's smoother for me, and I get a noticeably higher amount of pickup, especially in the lower gears. You know, I'm not flooring it and trying to go as fast as I can, as often as I can. But if you go back to back between the 3.6 V6 and the Turbo 4, I'm quite confident that you will notice a significant difference. Both transmissions drive very well, and if I was looking at picking up a Wrangler, I'd go with the Unlimited because I like the 4 doors, I like having that extra bit of utility. And I would go with this specific transmission, still 8 speeds for the automatic. There is no manual option for this, maybe coming in a couple of years, but as of the 2019 model year, it is automatic only 8 speed, no paddle shifters, but you do have a manual mode. Just pop the shifter over to the left and that's how you jump in that. I'm surprised that going with a Turbo 4 is something that Jeep did. You know, it's not gonna make it that much better for fuel economy. So the ratings for this, I believe it's 10.9 for the city, and I think it's 10.0 for the highway. So you're mid-10s, and I've got 12.5 myself. Now, I've done a lot of city driving this week. I've done about 300-ish kilometers, and that's gonna do it to any vehicle. You know, again, like I said, I'm happy that Jeep is forward-thinking as far as offering different transmissions, and I've heard rumors that they're gonna drop a similar transmission to this with the e-torque, but through a V6 instead of a Turbo 4 for a 2020 model. Not sure if that's going to come out, but that's what I've heard, and if it does, it's just giving potential Jeep buyers and current Jeep buyers something else to think about when they're moving into their next Jeep offering. There's still some wobble with the Wrangler, and yes, it's significantly better than the JK version, but you still get, like I said, a little bit of wobbles on the road, and nothing disastrous. But if you're driving a Jeep, whether you're test driving it or you've had one for 1 year, 2 years, 20 years, 30 years, you will know that it does not drive like a car or an SUV. It's much higher up, and with that, again, it's not a knock against Jeep at all. Just I noticed that there's a little more wobble, and a couple of my passengers have commented that yes, they noticed it is much better and much more stable compared to the JK generation. But you know, it's still a tall vehicle, and you can only get away from it so much. And yes, it's going to be fantastic off-roading and getting you through some peculiar Canadian winter situations, mainly snow, and there's the mud and all that, depending on where you live. But overall, driving dynamics are respectable for what this vehicle is, for what it's designed to do, and what you want out of it. You know, if you want something that is steady and secure and has a little more planted feeling on the road, jump into anything else that Jeep offers that is not a Wrangler, and you'll get that. But if you want to be able to do some off-roading, you want the optional all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, high-low, whatever it is you want out of the Jeep, then jump in a Wrangler. And I was surprised when I had the Rubicon JL, and I'm surprised now, especially with the Turbo 2-liter Turbo 4, not 2.4 at all, at just how quick and prompt and responsive it is. And very happy with it overall. Sorry for repeating myself, just I was so surprised my entire week with it, and I've got it for another day or so, maybe another day period. Anyways, I think it's going to wrap the review up. One other thing, the other big thing is the sky roof. You can tell it's open because my hand's going straight up, and I will just touch the one-touch button to close it, and it's about, I think, 28, 29, 30 seconds, because it goes all the way to the back. There's a lot of distance for that roof to travel. And now you can see it fully closed, and my hand is stuck up there. So again, for me, I would pretty much take this vehicle spec'd exactly as is. There's a bunch of other options which I will include in the description portion. They bring the price up quite a bit, and there's the cold weather package that gives you heated seats and heated steering wheel, and a bunch of other things, and the LED package and the navigation and the plus. I'm just gonna open this roof up again because it is 31 degrees and it's, I think, the last warm day we have of summer. But yeah, 2019 Jeep Wrangler Sahara Unlimited with the sky roof, which is great. There's my hand up again. And the 2-liter Turbo 4 engine. Very hard to find any faults with it. Again, specifically given what this vehicle is designed for and the market they're going after. So with that, I will put the vehicle in park and up with the handbrake. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support. Feel free to subscribe if you like what I do. There's that little notification thing. Feel free to tap on that if you want to be kept up to date as to when my next videos come out. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Any questions on this vehicle, let me know in the comments, and I will do my best to get them to you, get the answers to you as soon as possible. Full marks for me on the 2019 Wrangler Unlimited Sahara with the Turbo 4-liter engine. Turbo 2-liter engine. Turbo, and you know what it is. 2-liter Turbo 4. I can't believe I messed that up. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back sooner than later with our next review.